You've probably heard it all your life, haven't you? Eggs are the perfect protein, nature's most complete food, the gold standard of nutrition. And for decades, that was the accepted wisdom. Athletes, bodybuilders, even doctors would point to the humble egg as the foundation for strong muscles. But here's the truth that few people over 70 ever hear. Once your body changes with age, the rules of protein change too. The very food you thought was your best ally may no longer deliver the results you need. Let me explain why. An egg contains about 6 grams of protein, and yes, it's a complete protein, meaning it provides all the essential amino acids. But as you pass 60, your muscles become resistant to smaller doses of protein. Researchers at McMaster University found that older adults require nearly double the amount of certain amino acids, like leucine, to trigger the same level of muscle repair that a younger body achieves effortlessly. Put simply, the egg that once sparked growth now delivers only a whisper of stimulation to your aging muscles. And here's another hidden detail. Eggs digest quickly, often within 2 to 3 hours. For someone in their 20s, that rapid digestion is fine. But for someone in their 70s, it leaves long gaps where your body has no amino acids available to maintain muscle. This is why so many seniors lose strength even though they eat enough protein. The timing and type of protein matters just as much as the amount. So the real question becomes, what foods deliver a stronger, more sustained stream of muscle fuel for someone over 70? That's where the surprising contenders enter the story, foods most people overlook, yet they contain 2, 3, even 7 times the anabolic power of eggs when measured in studies on older adults. These are the proteins that can change the trajectory of your health, restore lost strength, and keep you independent longer than you ever thought possible. So let's start with one of the most underestimated powerhouses, whey protein. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Protein powder sounds like something only bodybuilders in their 20s would use, but research tells a very different story for people in their 70s. In fact, a study from the University of Nottingham looked at older adults and found that whey protein produced nearly double the muscle protein synthesis compared to the same amount of egg protein. Why? Because whey is incredibly rich in leucine, the very amino acid your aging muscles need more of to wake up and start repairing. Imagine leucine as the ignition key that turns on your muscle-building engine. Eggs provide a little spark, but whey floods the system with enough fuel to actually get things running. And here's another benefit. Whey digests rapidly, releasing amino acids into your bloodstream within 30 minutes. That makes it perfect right after a walk, a gardening session, or any kind of exercise. Your muscles are like sponges in that moment, eager to soak up what you give them, and whey makes sure they get exactly what they need. The good news is, whey is affordable and widely available. A single scoop can provide 20 to 25 grams of high-quality protein, which is equivalent to eating 4 eggs, but with a much stronger muscle response. For seniors who struggle with chewing or reduced appetite, mixing whey into a glass of milk or blending it into a smoothie can be far easier than forcing down another plate of food. So if you've been wondering how to bridge the gap between what you eat and what your muscles truly require, whey protein could be the simplest and most effective place to start.
Another surprising contender that outperforms eggs is Greek yogurt. Now, not all yogurts are created equal, and this thicker, creamier version is in a league of its own. What makes Greek yogurt so powerful is not just its protein content, though it packs almost twice as much as regular yogurt. It is also how that protein is released. Unlike whey, which digests quickly, Greek yogurt offers a slower, sustained release of amino acids. That means if you enjoy a bowl in the evening, your muscles continue receiving the building blocks they need well into the night, right when your body does the bulk of its repair work. Researchers at Maastricht University tested this effect on older adults and discovered that eating 20 to 30 grams of slow-digesting protein before sleep boosted overnight muscle protein synthesis by nearly 20% compared to those who went to bed without it.
Think about that. While you sleep, your body could either be idling or actively repairing itself depending on what you chose for dessert. Greek yogurt also offers calcium, probiotics, and potassium, which together support bone health and digestion, two other areas that often decline after 70. A simple serving with some berries or a drizzle of honey is not only delicious, but acts almost like a nightly insurance policy against muscle loss. And unlike supplements, it feels like real food, something comforting and satisfying. That combination of taste, nutrition, and timing makes Greek yogurt one of the most practical tools in your fight against sarcopenia. Now let's talk about something most people don't associate with muscle strength after 70. Lentils. Many dismiss them as bland or too simple. Yet these tiny legumes carry a nutrient punch that rivals even the most expensive cuts of meat. A single cooked cup delivers about 18 grams of plant-based protein, plus a generous supply of fiber, folate, and iron. But here's the part that makes lentils especially important for older adults. Unlike many plant proteins, lentils contain a broad spectrum of essential amino acids that, when combined with grains like rice, can provide the same complete protein profile as animal foods. In a large study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, seniors who regularly consumed legumes such as lentils had significantly better muscle mass retention over a 5-year period compared to those who relied mainly on meat or dairy. Researchers believe the secret lies not only in the protein, but also in the slow-digesting starch and minerals that stabilize blood sugar and reduce inflammation. Both of these factors are silent drivers of muscle breakdown as we age. Lentils are also inexpensive, widely available, and incredibly versatile. You can simmer them into soups, toss them into salads, or pair them with rice for a hearty, balanced meal. For people living on fixed incomes, lentils provide a way to nourish the body without straining the wallet. So the next time you're planning dinner, remember that something as humble as a bowl of lentil stew could be just as powerful for preserving your strength as a plate of eggs or chicken. Another protein that often gets overlooked, yet deserves a permanent place on your plate, is cottage cheese. It may not sound glamorous, but this dairy classic is one of the richest natural sources of casein, a slow-digesting protein. Unlike whey, which floods your muscles quickly, casein releases amino acids steadily for hours, making it ideal before bedtime when your body does most of its repair and rebuilding. In fact, a study from Maastricht University in the Netherlands showed that older adults who consumed a serving of casein-rich dairy before sleep experienced a 30% higher rate of overnight muscle protein synthesis compared to those who went to bed without it. Cottage cheese also offers calcium and phosphorus, two minerals essential for bone strength, which becomes increasingly important after 70. Even more impressive, a half cup provides nearly 14 grams of protein with relatively few calories, which helps maintain muscle without adding unwanted weight. And for those worried about digestive comfort, lactose-free options are widely available, so you don't have to sacrifice your stomach for the sake of your muscles. I had a patient in his early 70s who struggled with nighttime hunger and weak legs. We added a small bowl of cottage cheese before bed, and within weeks he noticed not only less soreness in the morning, but also better stability when walking. Sometimes the simplest foods, eaten at the right time, can produce results that fancy supplements never deliver. Another remarkable protein source that becomes especially valuable after 70 is Greek yogurt. Unlike regular yogurt, the straining process removes much of the whey liquid and concentrates both protein and probiotics. Just one serving of plain Greek yogurt can provide up to 20 grams of protein, more than double what you'd find in traditional varieties. This means you're not only feeding your muscles, but also supporting your gut health, which in turn improves nutrient absorption. Research from the University of Missouri found that older adults who added 2 servings of Greek yogurt to their daily diet maintained significantly more lean muscle mass during resistance training than those who consumed the same calories from other dairy sources. The probiotics also help reduce inflammation, which is a hidden enemy of muscle preservation. Lower inflammation means better recovery after physical activity, less joint pain, and improved overall vitality. A patient of mine once struggled to regain leg strength after a minor fall. By swapping his sugary breakfast cereal for a bowl of Greek yogurt with berries and nuts, he began to notice stronger legs and steadier balance within a month. It's an easy change that requires no cooking skills, no complicated recipes, just a spoon and a container. The combination of high protein, live cultures, and minerals like calcium and potassium makes Greek yogurt a true powerhouse. It's proof that building strength isn't always about lifting heavier weights. It often begins with smarter choices at the table. Another protein that deserves far more attention than it gets is quinoa. Many think of it as just another grain, but in reality, quinoa is a complete protein, meaning it contains all 9 essential amino acids your body cannot produce on its own. That's rare in the plant kingdom and makes it uniquely powerful for seniors who may struggle with appetite or wish to cut down on heavy meats. 1 cup of cooked quinoa provides about 8 grams of protein, along with a rich dose of magnesium and iron, both critical for muscle repair and oxygen delivery to tissues. Studies from Harvard have shown that older adults who replaced refined grains like white rice or pasta with quinoa experienced better muscle preservation and lower rates of frailty. I recall a patient in her early 70s who loved her evening rice, but often complained of fatigue. When she began swapping half her portion for quinoa, her energy improved, and within months she noticed she was climbing stairs without pausing to catch her breath. The slightly nutty taste makes it versatile for salads, soups, or even breakfast porridge. Unlike animal proteins, it's also high in fiber, which supports digestion and keeps blood sugar stable, an important factor for maintaining steady energy and reducing muscle breakdown overnight. By incorporating quinoa just a few times per week, you can make a noticeable impact on strength and stamina. It's a simple swap that works quietly behind the scenes to keep your body more resilient and independent. Now let's talk about something that might surprise you: cottage cheese. For decades it was seen as a diet food in magazines, but science has revealed it to be one of the most effective muscle-preserving proteins for older adults. What sets it apart is its unusually high casein content. Casein is a slow-digesting protein that releases amino acids steadily over many hours, making it perfect before bed when your body enters repair mode. A single cup of cottage cheese can provide around 28 grams of protein, along with calcium to strengthen bones and vitamin B12 to support nerve health. A study published in the British Journal of Nutrition found that older adults who consumed casein-rich dairy before sleep built more muscle overnight compared to those who didn't. I remember a 75-year-old gentleman in my clinic who struggled with nighttime snacking. Instead of chips or sweets, I suggested half a cup of cottage cheese with berries before bed. Within weeks, not only did he report sleeping more soundly, but his morning stiffness eased because his muscles were being nourished through the night. Some worry about lactose intolerance, but many tolerate cottage cheese well, especially low-lactose versions. It's inexpensive, widely available, and incredibly versatile. You can mix it into savory dishes, blend it into smoothies, or simply enjoy it with fruit. Think of it as giving your muscles a steady stream of building blocks while you rest, ensuring that every night is an opportunity to strengthen instead of weaken. Let's turn to something from the sea that often gets overlooked: mussels. These humble shellfish are not only affordable, but also one of the richest natural sources of high-quality protein you can find. Just a 3-ounce serving provides about 20 grams of protein. But what makes mussels extraordinary is their concentration of essential amino acids combined with omega-3 fatty acids. That pairing directly supports both muscle repair and reduces inflammation, which is critical after age 70 when recovery slows. In fact, research from the University of Stirling in Scotland showed that older athletes who added mussels to their diet improved both muscle mass and joint function compared to a control group. Mussels are also packed with iron, selenium, and vitamin B12, nutrients that keep your blood oxygenated, and your nervous system functioning well. One of my patients, an 80-year-old retired teacher, used to feel drained after short walks. We introduced mussels twice a week into her meals, sometimes steamed with garlic, other times mixed into a tomato soup. After 3 months, she told me she could walk her granddaughter to school without needing to sit down halfway. That's the power of nutrient synergy, protein plus minerals working together. Many assume mussels are expensive, but frozen pre-cooked packs are budget-friendly and retain the same benefits. If you've been searching for a protein that doesn't just build muscle but also supports your heart and brain, mussels might be your best-kept secret waiting to be rediscovered. Finally, let's talk about something surprisingly simple: lentils. While they don't come from an animal source, these tiny legumes can rival eggs in protein power when prepared the right way. 1 cup of cooked lentils contains about 18 grams of protein, but the real advantage is the combination of protein with slow-digesting fiber. This steady release of energy helps your body use the protein more effectively overnight, supporting muscle repair while you sleep. In fact, a 2020 review published in the Journal of Nutrition concluded that diets rich in legumes significantly improved muscle retention in adults over 65, especially when combined with moderate resistance training. Lentils are also one of the richest sources of folate, magnesium, and potassium, nutrients that keep your heart and circulation strong. I remember a widowed gentleman in his 70s who refused to believe plants could build muscle. We made a simple plan: 3 lentil-based meals each week. Within 2 months, his grip strength had increased noticeably, and his balance tests showed marked improvement. He was shocked that something so affordable and easy to cook could make such a difference. Lentils are perfect in soups, stews, or even cold salads. They cost pennies compared to meat or fish, but they deliver muscle-protecting benefits that last for hours. If you want a protein that strengthens not only your body but also your budget, lentils prove that sometimes the smallest foods carry the greatest strength. They're a reminder that building muscle after 70 is possible with smart, consistent choices.